Hello everyone, welcome to a new game called Pillars of Eternity. My name is Robert, also known as Nicadia, and I've been itching to record this game for a long time. I just haven't really had a chance. Picked this up while I was at college. I played a nice bit of it. Haven't finished it yet. So I'm willing to start a new game, and considering I've been playing it on a computer back at the college, I want to see how well it'll run on my own laptop. So it seems to be pretty smooth. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's play on normal. I was playing on easy back at college. Let's see how well I do this time. I'm not 100% in tune with everything, so I'm not going to use the expert mode. Trial of Iron, no thanks. I don't like my NPCs dying. Well, me dying in particular. And then having to start over from scratch. That's just a piss off. Anyway, let's go. I'm going to mute so you guys can hear everything in the game, because this is an amazing soundtrack. Or there's going to be no soundtrack and a loading screen. Sorry. Oh, here we go. I think.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
As someone who highly enjoys D&D games, like tabletop games, this really brings me back to games like that. I mean, I know they're going for a feel like that, and I applaud them for doing it this way. Come on. Here we go. I am, of course, male. Elf. Pale elf. Or should we go with wood elf? Most to accuracy, deflection, and reflexes. Actually, go with that. I'm not going to go with a fighter, I'm going to go with a ranger. Actually, no, I'm going to go with pale elf. I click pale elf. Here we go. Ranger. Marked prey. A bear companion, because why not? I'm gonna call him Kyle. "15 resolve." damage and healing, as well as fortitude defense. Constitution is health, endurance, and fortitude defense as well. Perception, intellect. Decent perception score. 13's okay. Intelligence, I don't really need intelligence, because I don't really do many area effects or duration-based spells. I'll leave that to the others. Increase dexterity. How high can I bring it? 17, 18, 19. Okay. It's a high dexterity character, but he's not very smart. Well, I guess he's going to be average smart. It's a lot of 10s. Not very diverse. I like a diverse character. Not a min-maxed character. I hate those. 16's okay. I can bring my constitution up 1. He's relatively strong, in decent health, quite perceptive, very reflex, and very swaying, as well as likes to keep everyone in line, make sure everyone feels like what they're doing is worth it kind of guy. Very persuasive character, but not too persuasive. No. Don't like the war. I hate war bows. They're too much. Or living lands. That might be perfect. Let's see. I want to keep his might to 12, because that's good enough. Perception's supposed. Actually, perception's good at 13. Here's Constitution up. Let's see. These are pretty decent. Intelligence is basic. Yeah, I like that. It's decent. Living lands. I'd say he's a bit of a hunter, perhaps. Explorer? Laborer. Athletics. Mechanics. Well, he's a ranger, so I'd say he'd be a hunter. Yeah. Doesn't look too pale. Gray hair. The old red and black. No. Swap them out. Yeah, that looks better. I believe there's one that actually suits him. Yeah. Give him a mustache though. Or well, a beard. A decent beard. Yeah. Friendly?
Huh? I've got this. Let's go! My eyes are peeled.
I'm here. Leading the way.
Onward! Let's keep quiet.
Stoic?
Yeah. Follow me. Ugh. Steady does it. Huh?
He is a
Follow me.
very brief. Sinister?
Ugh.
Keeping an eye out. Now I am the leader of the group.
I always enjoyed that one. Frenzy.
Yeah!
No. I think I might
The
just
better
go
part
normal.
of valor.
Mystic?
I shall lead us. Yeah!
No.
Let's keep
Noble.
quiet.
I think Noble's where he would go. And... Ooh. How does his name go? No, I'll just use this one. Seth. Ooh, it's very choppy. Well, that takes up the entire screen.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day.
Yeah.
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water.
Alright.
I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Where can I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left. They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it.
Who did build
Doubt
the
you'd have to
ruins?
go far off the road to find one. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
It's unfortunate. Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do we get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a BiaWac, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are those huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
I see.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Alright. I'll go see through those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
Alright.
Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a BiaWac, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
So you get a little bit of lore.
You heard the man.
at the
Let's
beginning
get
of
going before you keel over.
Which is just great. They did a really good job with this. Alright. I need to check something because the game's actually running pretty heavy on the system. Look at the lore of the graphics quality. Don't know what gamma is. Font scale. I think 50% should be okay. Okay, 70% lowest I can go. So the maximum frame rate, you can run it. Settings set to maximum frame rate, the game can run it. Over here. This may be limited to your Windows frame rate. VSync enabled. I think 60 is actually I think I'm on a 30 frame rate system. I'll try for a 60. But no, 30 is okay. I don't want it to overheat. Give it a second. There we go. That should
I shall
fix any frame rate errors you guys might have been having during the cutscenes. I don't have anyone that can actually open that. Should have been a laborer. But oh well. Let's see. Yep, we'll shift.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundry. Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
With that look like that, I'm sure you'll do well. Well, I suppose.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Mind telling me about the Empire?
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Why'd you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Sounds reasonable enough. Let's see what you got. I might actually shrink this down a little bit more because I can't see shit. See, I've only got 110. I don't really need this. There. Put your rapier too. And trade. Rapiers. I like to have a secondary weapon of some kind, right? Alright, and put this in a quick stash. Alright. Now we can open up this chest.
I'll handle this.
Yes.
It's done.
Alright. What else we got? Let's move south. That's where our horses are. Something here. I'm actually going to shrink some, well, not shrink, enlarge the font a little bit, because it's nice to actually have that about, 100 seemed pretty good for you guys. Now you can see stuff without having to squint. With the tree.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, me either. Heck.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Alright then. Sneak around. You don't know what's going to be out here. There's also the hut dwellers they've been talking about. I don't want to run into them. It's a little slow. Speed up time.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Oh, I didn't set up the auto pause stuff. Center on party. Let's see. Enemy spotted. Stop party. No, let's continue party movement. Combat. On combat start. Stop party movement on combat start. Party member finished ability. That would actually help for managing everything. Target destroyed. Spell cast. Combat auto slow. There we go. Alright, not too bad. There's a wolf we had to deal with.
This is it.
Okay. That was easy enough. So, hunter, she says. I hear you're a pretty good hunter. Don't tell Scarfy, or he'll run his mouth off clear to a Gilbert Vale, trying to convince you how much better he is. Spent a lot of time living on my own in the wilderness. I used to hunt monsters for a living. I was responsible for hunting and gathering for my village. I was a fisherman, actually. I'm actually going to go with spent a lot of time living on my own in the wilderness. Yeah? How's it you happen to come here? Great fire destroyed everything. That's a downward one of luck. Maybe your new setting will turn things around for you. Been a long time since I've been out this way, but I always did like it. Lord Roderick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle, like the rest of the lot? No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case at the big city, just a little ways further up the road. Where are you headed? I'll probably wander for a while. Can't judge you for that. Been half my life, really. Just watch yourself. You get too far off the beaten path, the lands are wild in more ways than one. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Don will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister's moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seems worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing God work. In Exalted. I cannot read that word. Whatever. But, excuse me. I'll do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So, I'm here, and we'll see. I've worked with him before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. Find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Bachwali and another in Adair. My sister's in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Deerwood? Not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adair Empire. Broke off after the war came some years back. Locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird things since, weird things about lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Well, let's head back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath if he's getting you the water anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first, slap him around a little. Stream's just down this way. Come on, let's go get you your water. Starfield. I have trouble pronouncing some of the names in this game. If it's said aloud to me, I'll be able to pronounce it, but if it's just written, I can't. My dyslexia is too bad. Ugh. Bandits. Bad sign. This is a bad sign. And I can't really tell how long they've been dead because it doesn't really show.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
Approach at the river and dip your water skin into the water while Callisto waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparkle, one of the guides. Though distinguished in the dim moonlight, he no longer carries his bow, and there's a strangeness in his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfle, are you all right?
Sparfle's toe catches a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders, like an enemy's flag. Shit.
Ambush!
Double shit. Alright. There's what I like about the game. You can pause it and organize the combat a little better. Actually, knock him down. You
What?
Concentrate.
What you need?
And if I hold shift, I can designate different tactics to different enemies. Or not enemies, yeah, different tactics per person. I think once or maybe twice. Like queue up to different things. Like to send the animal companion off while the character deals with takes him down. They just select them all. Fancy to really deal with these guys.
Yes?
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Yep.
Of course. Shh.
Yeah, I knew about that. When you sneak, you actually have a chance
The
of
better
finding
part of valor.
other things. Like hidden objects and such. Only remember up to a few.
Shh.
So there's no point heading down that way. That place is empty. Oh. Not that. I need my equipment. Suppose to select them all. Alright, the bear is going to go after this guy. And I'm going to focus on you.
I'm here.
Send you off after this guy.
Yes?
Pause this for a second. You have looking at this is like this is all the calculations that the computer goes into. That's neat. It takes into account for a lot, and it's quickly dealt with here like that. Now, why aren't you fighting him? You're supposed to automatically go and fight. Whatever. Dead now. I wish they had different music though, because it's still kind of annoying.
Of course.
Because it's so plain. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, sprawled, bug-eyed, and filthy. Calista puts the back of her hand up to her mouth as if to ward away any poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hedon. Or Hedon. Whatever. I cannot pronounce names, goddammit. Last of your caravan left standing. I don't know what they did, but I didn't take anything. But I didn't have anything to do with it. Wait, no. We have not trespassed. We merely wish to pass through. Your words carry no weight. When I have seen the truth with my own eyes, blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. We are innocent in this. Will you not listen to reason? Or should I call his bluff? I'll call his bluff. What kind of coward asks for his own man to be killed? The kind who will be so enraged by it that no amount of pain will stop him from beating you so savagely that you will carry the disfigurement into your next life. Again he hesitates. He looks off to the side, frowning as if re-evaluating his strategy. With a deep breath, the man meets your gaze. You first, then. He shoves Hardin towards you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Hardin's torso. I'm just going to call him Hardin because I can't see it as any other name. Hardin screams and stumbles forward. So, a wide gash on his clothing, beginning to blossom crimson. Man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. Alright. Get in there and defend him. Actually, swap opponents.
I'm here.
Charge!
Yeah, I don't think you can win against a 4-on-1. Your enemy lies. Your enemy lies sprawled on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the skies above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his croaked sigh, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good. Good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to blow. The wind begins to swell, whipping across the camp, electric and volatile. Unending pots of rattling tents. Upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin. Where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odama, his body stirs. With great effort, he raises his staggering head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
I'm just gonna let the recording catch up because I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go. This is lagging a lot. It shouldn't be, but it is. Starting against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the parapet. Last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up to the ledge. Hardin trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a chance of hitting your mark. Hurl it at the attacker. Your aim is true when you hit, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden climbs up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out into the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of him. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arm will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep resonance in the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside of the cavity in your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaced the old stones before you, loosing connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall apart beneath its own weight.
The wording is so great in this. I like it.
Anyway, that's
Was that?
A BiaWac. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Probably not. That's actually going to be it for today's episode.
Indeed.
I'm just going to move everyone further in. Right.
That should be far enough. But what now?
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Windstorm of a kind they only get in Air Glencoff. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glencoffin word is BiaWac. To them, it's the gods' ways of reaping souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glencoffins. Those be the hut dwellers. Adma warned us, but looked to be fangs of Glahwin. Who are the twitchiest of the lot? They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. I think you have expected this. Once we lost the main road, Glencoffin said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. He'd never allow it. But as much as the Fangs are hotheads, Glencoffins don't attack without being provoked. Either way, they saw something and got the wrong idea. Or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. What about everyone else in the caravan? The wheels got a hold of him now. Gods grant them better luck in the next lives. You don't seem too upset about this. Maybe you just don't know me well enough to know that what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse too. Seen worse and kept on walking, because there's nothing else to be done, and because there's other people you care about that still need you. Let's get going then. Takes a step forward and his knee buckles, and before you can catch him, he stumbles on the ground, his cheeks striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back on his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
I hate to say this, but we can't afford to stay put. Those Glonfathens were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Maybe you didn't hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
We've got to take a risk and let him rest. We'll need all three of us at full strength.
This'll be the end of us. No offense, but there's people out there I'd much rather die for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, before I was interrupted by a cutscene, I'm actually going to end the recording here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if this is actually something that you would enjoy watching me play. I will say that the recording seems like the frames are pretty low. I've done what I can to tweak it. I'll try doing other things, but we'll see. Until next time, toodles.